Tip of the teeth, the tongue in the lips. Tip of the teeth, the tongue in the... Oh, are we on? My name is Bryan Lash, and this is my worst gig ever. I think this goes back to 2003. It was a really cool tour, and it just went over very Spinal Tap-ly. I think it was 2003. It was Rock for Christmas tour. It's supposed to raise money for, kids that can't get Christmas gifts, basically. And it's supposed to be a fundraiser. And so there was a bunch of old-time rockers, people from AC/DC, Badfinger, Steve Miller Band, Three Dog Night. So we had all our luggage in the SUV, and whatever didn't fit in the SUV, we put up on top. And so we're burning down I-5, and we get to about Olympia area, and we hear this, whoop-boom. What the heck was that? Who did we hit? What happened? And then I think Jakob, he looks out the window. He's like, oh no! He sees our luggage just flying, soaring over I-5, 5 lanes of traffic, okay? And everyone just, everyone stops. We stop. And I think Steven gets out of the truck, and I'm just kind of shocked because I know my clothes are up there, my clothes that were ruined 3 days prior. So here I am. I have nothing now. We're hitting, we're going to California, and we don't even get out of Washington, and my luggage is freaking flying off our car onto I-5. So I get out, we go back, we're sitting here trying to pick up my clothes. There's 5 lanes of traffic stopped on I-5. It may have made the news, I don't know. But we're out there just trying to pick up our clothes, and we all talked about it mid-tour. We're maybe right then, I think we're is this an omen, And I think it totally was. But anyway, we get it all packed up, and some of it, whatever we could, and we're just all right, let's go, whatever, who cares? And so we start burning it down to California. I think we went all the way there that day. All right, so we get to SIR, and it's just this huge complex of rehearsal spaces. It's built for big acts to have a complete stage setup to mock their actual arena or big show setup in rehearsal. So lighting, full sound, everything, and go for the whole run through. So that's what we were doing. So this was a Hard Rock Cafe tour. The sound guy that was doing, his name was Paul, and he brought enough gear to fill an arena, literally enough sound gear to fill an arena. And but we were just playing Hard Rock Cafes, a few hundred people, and it turns out that the road cases, I saw Nigel Tufnell's stenciled in the road case. So this was Spinal Tap's road gear. He had run sound for Spinal Tap, and Josh and I, the bassist at the time, we just had watched Spinal Tap for my first time, and I memorized movies the first time. So here we are. He and I are just Britishing it up, and we cannot resist. And the other guys in the band are saying, we got some British guys on the tour from AC/DC and Badfinger, and he's like, don't do the British accent. You might be offending them, So we really try not to, but we just have to do it. And Spinal Tap's gear is there, so we're just oh man, how can we not? Here we are at the rehearsal spot. It's just things are just starting to happen, Everything seems okay at this time. It's just kind of taking its course. We've got some famous people coming in. We're meeting them, and everyone's just kind of gathering. They're getting set up, and it was full catering too. So we're just snacking and kind of getting set in. So we go through rehearsal. It's taking forever, of course, because we have a gigantic arena PA to sift through and use and whatnot. So we're packing up to actually hit the road and start this tour. And the tour manager, the tour disorganizer, I called him later, kind of MIA, don't really know what's going on, don't really know what's happening. So anyway, we fast forward, we hit the road, and we head off to the first venue, I think was Salt Lake City, Utah, Hard Rock Cafe. So we get there, we've got two tour buses packed full of rockers and some local musicians. And also, I think a big trailer either behind a bus or like an actual like 18-wheeler full of this like arena PA gear for a cafe tour. And I think a boombox probably would have done the trick. But anyway, we pull up to Salt Lake City and in Utah, and we get there. Remember, there's 2 tour buses and like a freaking semi. And all these people, like 40, 50 people show up. And they're like, what show? They didn't even know. They didn't even know. So a whole tour had been booked for people to play music at. And the venues, the cafes didn't even know we were coming. They did not even know we were coming. So we're like, okay, clothes have blown off the frickin' truck. We don't even know where the tour manager is most of the time. And now the cafes say, what show? Sure, you can play. I guess they just like strong-armed them, you know. Everyone's here, so okay, fine, yeah, you can play. There's like no one there. It's just us. Okay, and we start unloading, which takes like 9 hours or something crazy because we got a whole arena's worth of PA gear. And they're loading in, setting up. I don't remember what time we actually got going. It's already like 11 o'clock. We're like, we're not going to get to play. We were like 7th in the lineup, and they got through like 3 or 4 acts, and then we're packing up. And we're packing up till like 4 or 5 a.m. And we're just like so tired and beat because we just drove from Seattle, rested like one night, packed up, drove all the way to Utah, and loaded in and didn't play a show that wasn't even booked. So we go to Vegas, it's Halloween. We're like, oh, this is gonna be a sick show, you know? A lot of people should be out. There was a lot of people there. Hard Rock Cafe, Las Vegas. Didn't get to play. Still didn't get to play. And remember, we paid $4,000 to be on this thing, to play, get some exposure, do all that kind of stuff. Still didn't get to play. We get to the next show. I don't remember where it was. I think we went back to LA, maybe. We were trying to like regroup and figure out what the heck is going on. You know, our manager's like trying to get in touch with the tour manager or tour disorganizer. And he's like out for 2 days with cotton fever in the tour bus, just MIA, sleeping for like, he's out for 2 days. And we're just like, what the heck? Do we stay? Do we go home? Like, should I stay or should I go? You know? And so this was supposed to be a whole nationwide tour all across the whole, basically, perimeter of the US for like a month and a half. It's supposed to be like a thing. And we're like 6 days in, we're like, dude, this is just a nightmare. A couple of the nights we didn't have tour buses, so like nowhere to sleep. We had to like get hotels in Salt Lake City. And Gary Moon, I think he actually paid for everyone to get hotel rooms. It was really, really cool. That was awesome. Super generous guy. So that was great. But after that, we went back for one more show in LA. We finally got to play. It was the third show. And it was cool. And we decided, okay, we're going to go home. And so I think we left that night and we booked it to go home. And a bunch of the people went on and they finished off the tour. I would say that's got to be my worst gig ever.